What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, okay, making their debut on the channel tonight, we have Days of the New. Yes, indeed. How about that? Days of the New making their debut on the channel. Okay, this comes as a request from Mass Attack 27, and this is actually one of Mass Attack 27's 3 prioritized requests for the month of October for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So, here you go, Mass Attack. Hope you enjoy the show, man. Mass Attack 27 wanted to see me react to this song by Days of the New called Now. Yep, now. Not then, not later, now. That's the name of the song. Now. Okay, cool. Have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, I have never heard this song before. This does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a chance I may have heard this song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, oh yeah, I've heard this before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. This was posted by DOTN Music, so Days of the New Music, okay. And the video has 3,549 views. It's not going to get you there. Sorry, no. Look, I'm sure the video's fine, okay? I'm sure the video's fine. I'm sure the song is fine, but 3,549 views, it's just not going to get you there. Sorry. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Days of the New, now with lyrics. Cool. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
I feel alone even with myself, but it does better me. I'd like to tell you how I'm feeling now, but it ruins everything. You try to judge me now, tomorrow's okay. You try to tell me now how I should feel. I don't feel like I should be here. I feel alone.
Two things are sticking out to me right now. The vocals. The vocals are really good. I'm digging them. He's got a good tone, good pacing, great diction, fantastic diction, and really good vowel formation too. But his diction is really what's kind of making the impact on me. He's kind of got that, not a southern drawl, but he's got that kind of laid-back drawl in his voice that just sounds very laid back, but at the same time strong, and I dig that. The other thing that's really kind of sticking out to me right now is the bass playing. He's not all over the place. He's not being obnoxiously all over the place, but he's putting some good licks in there. He's putting some good little riffs and good little runs in there, but he's always coming back to center. He's always coming back to where he should be, which is in the pocket, grooving, locked in with the drummer. But he is taking those little, those little adventures out there with those riffs. And look, I got no issue with that. None. As long as he continues to come back to center, come back and lock back in with the drummer again, I got no problem with it. I dig it. I like it. Let's keep going. Let's see where this goes.
I feel alone even with myself. Do you know what I mean? I can't explain those things that seem to repel me. They ruin everything. Your fears are walking now, but I don't complain. I'm working hard to listen, that's okay. Don't you know it's not okay to be afraid of me? I hate to tell you, but you're in my way. I hate when someone tries to push me away. Don't you know you can't be afraid of me? Giving away all I'm feeling now.
Almost kind of an Alice in Chains feel there. Almost kind of an Alice in Chains feel in the vocals right there with the harmonies, the way that they're harmonizing and the harmonies are moving around. That's really very reminiscent of Alice in Chains. Very cool. Very cool. I'm digging this. I am digging this. Let's keep it going. I'm not sure, but I don't want to put my foot in my mouth and say something before I get through the whole thing. Let's keep going right now. Cross-sticking. Nice solo work from both guitars. They switched. They took turns. They have one guitar panned, not hard right, but he's definitely got more on the right than he does in the left. And you got the other guitar player that's got more on the left than he does in the right. So they're not hard panned. It's not like exclusive, but I would say probably about like a 65% threshold to either side. So it stands out, especially in the solo. It stands out because you could hear when they switched, which is really cool. But nice solo work nonetheless, and the bass player continuing to do those riffs. And here's what I liked about that. I don't know how they must have worked this out, but the bass player would do his little riffs when the guitar players were not soloing. Like the guitar players would do their riffs, and they'd be soloing and playing and playing and playing, and then they would sustain a note. They would hold a note and let it fade, and while it's fading, bass player would come in and do his little riff and run. And it happened every time like that. I don't, unless I missed it, which, you know, my first listen, I could have missed it, but I never heard the bass player playing over the soloing. It never took away and distracted from what the guitar player was doing. So kudos to them for working that out and making sure that the guitar players got their due. So that's good. It's really good. Let's finish this out and we'll get to the review. Nice. That was good. That was good. Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. I'll see you in the review. Well, there you go, folks. That was Days of the New with Now. This was a request from Mass Attack 27. And this was one of Mass Attack 27's 3 prioritized requests for the month of October for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So, there you go, Mass Attack. Hope you enjoyed the show, man. I'm going to give my score, and I'm going to have 5 minutes or less to give you my reasonings why I'm giving that score. All right, score first. On a scale of 1 to 10, I am going to give that a 7.3. Yep, 7.3. I feel great about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay. I enjoyed it. I want to be very clear when I say that. I did enjoy the song. If I didn't enjoy the song, I wouldn't be giving it a 7.3. A 7.3 is a really good score, okay? For those of you that are wondering, it's a really good score. So let's get that out of the way before anybody thinks I gave that a bad score. It's not a bad score. A bad score would be down in the 1s and 2s, okay? This is getting a 7.3. It's up there. The feel of the song, that slow pulse, but I wouldn't say slow pulse, but it was a slower pulse, but still had the drive. You know what I mean? It was still, it still was pushing forward, but just like a steam locomotive. You know, you're not going to get 110 miles an hour out of a steam locomotive, but what you will get is you will get a consistent speed that drives forward, and that's how I kind of compare this song, is like to a steam locomotive. It worked. It all worked. Everything worked. The guitars worked. That nice, clean guitar acoustics tone, really nice. I mean, there was some EQ work being done on those acoustics, obviously, but and some compression and some reverb, obviously. But I mean, for the most part, really good sounding acoustics. Really nice. The drumming on this was solid. Heard some transitions between cross-sticking and, traditional playing, which was nice. I love it when drummers are able to work cross-sticking, especially with a song that's a little mellower than, I would never say go cross-sticking on like Arch Enemy. I can't imagine an Arch Enemy ever cross-sticking. I just couldn't see it. But, this type of a feel, yeah, it absolutely fit. Really nicely done, too. And appropriate, knowing when to do it. Bass playing was one of the highlights for me in this, honestly. The guy's got some chops. And not only that, but he's able to go out and take those little adventures and do those little runs and those little riffs, but then come back to center and come back and lock back into place with the drummer and sit back in the pocket and groove. I dig that. I like it when bass players are able to do that. I like doing that myself, as long as I'm not stepping on anyone's toes. You got to be aware as a bass player, if you're going to do that kind of stuff, don't be stepping on the vocalist, don't be stepping on the guitarist, and don't be stepping on the keyboardist. Don't be stepping on anyone's toes with what you're doing, and make sure that what you're doing is fitting the song. And there was not a single riff that bass player did that did not fit within the context of this song. I dug what the bass player was doing. Absolutely. The vocals on this were really nice too. Very fitting of the style of music. Sang well with tone. The tone was really good. Projection and power were really good. His sustain was really good. I think what impressed me most about him, however, was it's a small little thing, but it impressed me. His diction, very clean, very precise, very clear with what he was saying. It wasn't mumbled at all. Everything was clear as a bell. I could understand every word he was saying. It sounded really good. I dug it. And I really dug those harmonies. Now, I don't know if that's him doubling himself with multiple takes, or if that's him and someone else doing harmonies together. I'm not sure, but whatever the case is, it sounded really good. I liked the movement of the harmonies. Sometimes the lower note would stay while the upper note would go from the fourth to the third, and then the bottom would drop down to the 5 and then down to the 4 and then come up and do the third again. Stuff like that. Very Alice in Chains-ish. And I kind of compare the vocal styles there in the harmonies to Alice in Chains. It was very parallel. Now, I enjoyed the song. I did enjoy the song. Would I ever listen to this again? Yeah, I would. I'll be honest with you. I would listen to this again if it came on, like, if someone played it in the car or something like that, or on the bus while we're touring or whatever, and someone popped this in, I would listen to it again, absolutely. And I wouldn't gripe or moan or groan about it like I do with a lot of other music that my bandmates have a tendency to play sometimes. But no, this was enjoyable. I absolutely did enjoy it, and it was a really well done, well recorded, well thought out, well constructed song. And that is why it's getting the 7.3. So, 7.3, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully, I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you did enjoy the show, and you would like to see more videos like this, feel free to join the fan base by clicking on that button down there. Yeah, you know the button I'm talking about. Click on that button, join the fan base to become one of us. Now, for whatever reason, if you don't feel like clicking on that button, that's okay. I still respect you. Also, if you did enjoy the video, please feel free to give the video a thumbs up. It'll do me a world of good, and it will do you absolutely no harm whatsoever. Finally, if you guys do join the fan base, you will find a bell down there that you can click on. By clicking on that bell, it'll keep you up to date on everything happening with this channel, including when new content gets dropped. So, if you want to stay in the know, click on the bell, and you'll stay in the know. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Until next time, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.